Education as Ababa Chairman Nwadino be revealed Soludo's agenda. Health workers charged of negligent in-service delivery. Protesters in London call for permanent ceasefire in Gaza Strip. Before the news in detail, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround, maintenance of the Anambra State economy, and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. My name is Chidema Orangwa, and now the news in detail. Anambra State Governor Professor Chukwuma Soludo has assured of creating more policies targeted at improving the lives of the poor in the state. Governor Soludo stated this during his one-day work visit to Olumbanasa, Anambra West Council area. Government House correspondent Ejike Abana has details.
The governor journeyed on about 2-hour boat trip to the location, and on arrival, he navigated the communities with the help of a keke amidst chants and praises from the visibly happy people, who confirmed that it was the first time a sitting governor remembered to pay them a visit. Among the places visited by the governor were Ala, Odepe, Onugwa, and Igbedo communities. Speaking at Igbedo, the governor revealed that part of the reasons he applied to be governor was to search out ways to positively touch the lives of the poor, downtrodden, and forgotten, particularly people in Obaru, Oka North, and Anambra West, adding that the visit was in fulfillment of his campaign promise to the people. While enumerating some of his policies for the poor, including the free tuition, free antenatal and delivery services, human capital development, among others, Governor Soludo assured the people of Olumbanasa of helping them achieve their God-given potentials by rebuilding the infrastructures in the community. He, however, stated that sustainable progress and development can only be achieved where peace exists, and called for peace among the warring communities in Olumbanasa.
I was there and saw nothing but desolation. Absolute desolation. The entire whole village, whole communities, Ala and Onugwa, those villages have been overgrown by, if you like, not weeds, forests as it were. So for me it was quite a very touching moment, but also let me realize that Anambra is quite a diverse state. Anambra is not just Onitsha or Oka, Nnewi, Ekwulobia, Otuocha, or such other parts of the state. There are other parts as well that haven't seen the presence of government, and we're determined to take the presence of government to those communities. That's why I contested for this job. I mean, to be able to bring succor to those who have been totally marginalized and ignored, especially the poor.
Chief of Staff to the Governor, Mr. Ernest Ezeajoyi, Catholic Bishop of Aguleri, Most Reverend Dennis Isuzo, Anglican Bishop of Mbammili, Right Reverend Obiora Uzochukwu, members of Anambra State Executive Council accompanied the Governor on the visit, while the Transition Committee Chairman for Anambra West, Mr. Felix Ikechi, traditional rulers and community members received the entourage. From Olumbanasa, Anambra West Council area, Ejike Abana, ABS News.
7 inmates at a medium security custodial center in Nnewi have regained freedom as Anambra State Chief Judge Justice Onochie Anyachabelu visited the facility in continuation of his jail delivery exercise, which is part of activities lined up for the 2023-2024 legal year. Correspondent Joseph Ebocha reports.
While discharging the inmates, Justice Anyachabelu ordered the Assistant Controller of Corrections in charge of the facility, Barrister Raymond Okonkwo, to ensure their immediate release from custody. The inmates set free include Okechukwu Okafo, Chidera Ago, Charles Chime, Oluchukwu Mmadu, Ifechukwu Mbojirude, Tochukwu Ndiogolo, and Cyril Nwolisa. Justice Anyachabelu, however, denied bail application for one Chukwuemeka Obijiofo, who is facing multiple murder charge, and ordered that his trial continues at the regular court, where it has been fixed for 24th January 2024, just as he ordered that the case of one Sunday Ebuta, who is accused of the filing a 5-year-old girl be fixed for 14th December 2023 for bail application at the regular court. The Anambra Chief Judge also granted bail and reviewed bail conditions of other inmates and also ordered that their trials continue at the regular court. He remarked that some people are justifiably detained in custodial facilities while others are not, adding that the jail delivery exercise is a way of addressing observed lapses in criminal justice administration, including incidents of missing case files. Earlier before the court proceedings that lasted for hours, Justice Anya Ashebelu explained that cases of sick inmates, the elderly, and people who have not gone to court for long for one reason or the other are given priority during such exercise.
Many factors attribute and contribute to this issue of people who are languishing in detention. Some are justifiably here, but many shouldn't be here as a result of many factors. You had incidents of cases of missing file, because of our procedures in criminal justice administration. There are some lapses in some areas that may cause that kind of thing. When files move from one institution to another, the file starts from the police, and then it has to move to the court, move to the DPP. In between, so many things happen, and the Nigerian factor. But we try our best. It's being curtailed. Hitherto it used to be more frequent, but now I think many of our officers are up and doing.
Counsel to some of the beneficiaries of the jail delivery exercise, Barrister Lotanna Obuchukwu, while commending the Anambra Chief Judge on the exercise, advised his clients and others to become changed persons and avoid things that bring people to prison custody, as well as use the skills they must have acquired to better their lives.
They should submit themselves where they can get moral, spiritual, and entrepreneurial training. Make them morally and spiritual to kind of build their character, that they wouldn't go back to what brought them here. Then entrepreneurially, as you know, is always said that an idle hand or idle mind is a devil's workshop. So if they will be engaged dutifully, then you will see them, they will not go back to whatever brought them here, whether be it by reason of association.
Meanwhile, at the last check, the Assistant Controller of Corrections in charge of the facility, Barrister Okonkwo, informed ABS that the 7 inmates have been released as ordered by Chief Justice Anya Ashebelu, and advised all, especially those on senior secondary school certificate examination at the center, to ensure that they complete the exercise and use the skills they acquired to reshape their future and become useful to the society. He called on well-to-do individuals and groups to assist in making correctional centers what it should be by helping inmates acquire further education and or skills, just as he thanked all that have been helping in that regard. Joseph Ebocha, reporting for ABS News.
The Executive Chairman, Anambra State Universal Basic Education Board, ASUBEB, Dr. Vera Nwadinobi, says Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come to transform the education sector of Anambra State with the ongoing teachers recruitment examination aimed at selecting the best qualified persons for the teaching job. Education correspondent Queen Aniwogo reports that Dr. Nwadinobi stated this during the ongoing CBT recruitment examination for primary school teachers in Awka. Her report.
Dr. Nwadinobi said they are working to support Governor Soludo in his quest to transform the education sector and charge those participating in the examination to key into the vision, take the exam seriously and shun corruption, as it is no longer business as usual. She disclosed that over 19,000 people applied for the job, but only the most qualified candidates will be selected irrespective of their state of origin, and added that after the employment, teachers will be sent to hard-to-reach areas of Anambra State where more teachers are needed.
The sense of the exam is to get quality teachers for our primary schools, especially those who are digital. That is why we are assessing them, examining them via CBT. In ASUBEB, we have 19,300 applicants.
Some of the candidates who spoke to ABS after they have taken their own examination, including Michael Maduako and Chinenye Okonkwo, expressed satisfaction with the conduct of the exercise. The two who studied primary education expressed hope of coming out successfully in the exam.
I want to thank Mr. Governor Professor Sasorudo for giving us this opportunity. The exam is not that difficult, it's not that simple. I'm expecting that, from my own and what I wrote, I expect that I'm convinced that I will be among the chosen ones.
I did primary education, so I registered on that as well. I'm hoping to see my name as a classroom teacher, primary school teacher.
And I appreciated Governor Soludo for giving them such opportunity. Those that regained their freedom.
5 inmates of Nigerian Correctional Service Awka Custodial Center have regained freedom following intervention by a non-governmental organization, ABU Mada Brochko Foundation. The gesture followed a visit by the founder and chief executive officer of the NGO, Chief Christopher Atta, to the center where he donated some items including cartons of soap, cartons of gala, dozens of tissue papers, and many more. Amaka Chibuzo Okoye has details.
Gained their freedom from the bail where Izuchukwu Nwosu, Chekube Obuagu, and Debuka Afuba. Others includes Izundu Uchechukwu and Chigozie Nkili. The gesture is in line with the motto of Abu Mmada Brochukwu Foundation to assist underprivileged people. After securing freedom for them, Abu Mmada Brochukwu Foundation gave them financial assistance and promised to get them gainfully employed or acquire skills to become self-reliant. Speaking later, Chief Atta said that the gesture is the sixth in the series, and being in the season of Christ's birth, he deemed it necessary to touch the life of the needy, including the inmates, especially those who were held because of crimes they knew nothing about, or those whose parents are not privileged to set them free because of the intimidation of privileged individuals. He promised to train and equip the 5 freed inmates and advise youths to shun crime and social vices to protect their future.
As long as they want anything, if they want to learn work, anyhow they want it, I can sponsor, I can help them to empower them. Some people may be in pain and there's nobody to help. Well, it's just my calling. It's will of God for me to do it.
Also speaking, the Deputy Controller of Nigerian Correctional Service, Awka Custodial Center, Reverend Solomon Uba, commended the founder of the organization, Chief Atta, for the philanthropic gesture and charged those that regain freedom not to go back to what brought them in and should rather use the skills learned during their detention to become better human beings. On her part, the Police Public Relations Officer, Zone 13, Mrs. Josephine Ihunwo, stated that Abu has been a good friend to the police and his gesture towards the needy have continued to reduce crime and assist the police in reshaping the lives of some youths who find themselves in such a situation.
For the fact that the Abu himself has done a great thing by empowering them, it reduced the crime drastically and reduce work for us.
Responding on behalf of the 5 inmates released, Uchechukwu Izundo and Chigozie Nkili vowed not to go back to those aspects of life that led them to the situation, thanking the founder of the organization, Chief Atta, whom they described as God-sent, and promised to work hard in helping others. From Awka Custodial Center, I am Amaka Chibuzo Okoye, ABS News.
A book that chronicles the life and achievements of the Vice-Chancellor of Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University, Professor Greg Nwakobi, has been presented to the public. The book, titled Greg Nwakobi, The Journey of a Legacy of Enduring Transformation in COOU 2018 to 2023, was unveiled during the Vice-Chancellor's Day and book presentation in celebration of Professor Nwakobi's 5 years in office. The event held in the university's auditorium commenced with an interdenominational service. ABS correspondent Blessing Uchendo reports.
The 106-page literature succinctly mirrors the Vice-Chancellor's breakthroughs, beginning from his early life to become a professor and then through the 5 years of his tenure in Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University. Partitioned into 5 chapters, the book was edited by Professor Solomon Ekwenze and Dr. Harrison Madubeze. The book reviewer, Professor Austin Nonyelo, said that the editors of the book have plotted a perfect trajectory of the Vice Chancellor's life, a cumulative record of his engagements in the university in the past 5 years, which include attraction of various donors to the university, infrastructural development, staff welfare, staff promotion as at when due, among others. Professor Nonyelo said that the book showcases Professor Nwakobi's courageous spirit and has raised his ability to multitask.
I know Professor Greg Nwakobi and served with him to under different UNISDIC administrations, where he rose to become the Deputy Vice Chancellor of Administration after serving as Dean, Faculty of Law, and Director of Academic Planning. All of these positions he discharged very creditably and admirably.
For the chief launcher of the book, Chief Chidi Anyebu, represented by the Commissioner for Environment, Engineer Felix Odimegwu, Professor Nwakobi is a man of vision who carries everyone along and wished him well in his other life's endeavors. Earlier, the chairman on the occasion, Justice Alestrus Okuma, described the University Vice Chancellor as a man who came, saw, and conquered Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University and commended him for his good legacies. In their various goodwill messages, the Deputy Vice Chancellor Administration, Professor Matthias Angante, his academic counterpart, Professor Osita Chiaganam, and the Dean, Faculty of Physical Sciences, Professor Kingsley Nwozo, and the member representing Ihiala in the House of Representatives, Right Honorable Pascal Abodike, said that the transformation and incredible progress brought by Professor Nwakobi have made Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University to stand out as one of the best tertiary institutions in Nigeria and prayed God to elevate him to a bigger position. Responding, the Vice Chancellor, Professor Nwakobi, commended the university community, friends and associates for their love and prayed for God's unending grace upon his life and that of his family. The event featured various presentations and prayers.
Nigeria Medical Association, OCAZEN, has ended their 2023 week-long Physicians Week and a scientific conference luncheon and awards presentation. The theme for this year's event is, "This is our chance to get it right in the health sector." We have details from our studio.
Declaring the event open, Commissioner for Health, Dr. Afam Obidike, represented by Dr. Josephat Akabike, charged healthcare givers, especially medical doctors, to be diligent in the service delivery.
No matter how bad, how things are, doctors are still first-class citizens all over the world. And the way the world is evolving now, other parts of the world are beginning to see us more important. It is only in this part of the world that it seems that we are sinking, but we will not sink in Jesus' name.
In a remark, the state chairman, NMA, Dr. Jane Ezeonu, represented by Dr. Eric Anazodo, appreciated the Oka Zone NMA for the week-long activity, especially the Physicians Week themed, which reflects the expectations of all medical doctors towards getting it right.
The Physicians Week is the high point of our annual calendar as doctors, and we seize the opportunity to reflect on contemporary issues.
In his opening remarks, the Awka Zone Chairman, Dr. Emmanuel Umenweke, said this year Physicians Week is a call on medical doctors to rededicate themselves to delivering medical care of higher standards to patients. In their various presentations, Dr. Mrs. Ifeoma Njilenta, Professor Chukwudi Okani, and Dr. Nkiru Ezama identified inadequate health financing as one of the greatest challenges in the health sector and called for strong political will to patronize the health needs of the Nigerian populace.
The principal concern is the safety of lives in the environment. And this health sector involves both governmental and non-governmental facilities or organizations.
The week-long 2023 Physicians Week featured visits to the sick and every old NMA zonal members, orphanage motherless babies home, career talks to medical students, novelist march between female doctors, Awka Zone, and female MBA Awka Zone, award presentation, and Thanksgiving service.
Tens of thousands of pro-Palestinian demonstrators have marched through central London calling for a permanent ceasefire in the Gaza Strip. It was the first London march since Armistice Day, when more than 100 counter-protesters were arrested. Police said 15 people had been arrested at the march, though the overwhelming majority protested lawfully. The protest coincided with a 4-day pause in fighting between Israel and Hamas. The Hamas-run health ministry says more than 14,500 people have been killed in Gaza, and more than a third of them children, since Israel began its retaliatory operation in response to Hamas' 7 October attacks. Hamas killed 1,200 people and took more than 240 hostages during its unprecedented cross-border incursion. The Qatar-brokered truce between Israel and Hamas has so far led to the release of 26 Israeli hostages and 39 Palestinians from Israeli prisons. Over now to sports. Reigning Nigerian Premier Football League champions recorded their third straight win of the season after recording a hard-fought 1-0 win away in Heartland in Owerri. According to a report, it was their first Oriental derby win since June 2015. After a goalless first half that saw the Elephants dominate play and miss chances to score through Chijioke Mbaoma before he was replaced in the second half. With the game looking to end goalless, Enyimba coach Finidi George made some tactical changes which immediately paid off. He replaced Stephen Chukwude for Mbaoma, who scored the match winner with his first touch of the game to hand Heartland their 4th defeat of the season. The win moves Enyimba up to 5th place with 16 points from 9 games, while Heartland remain bottom of the log without a win so far this season in 10 games. And that's just about it on the news this morning. But before we go, remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any parts of the world by liking our Facebook page. Follow us at Edinburgh Broadcasting Service. Subscribe to our YouTube page at ABS Television Awka. Follow us on X at ABS Radio TV and on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. A quick recap on our major stories. Anambra Governor Soludo has visited Olumba Nasa, promises to impart lives of the poor. Education NASOBEP Chairman Nwadinobi has revealed Soludo's agenda. Health workers have been charged to be diligent in service delivery. And on the forest, we told you that protesters in London have called for permanent ceasefire in Gaza Strip. Remember that Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround, maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. And that's it on the news this morning. Thank you for joining us. My name is Chidima Oraunwa. Good morning.